It's a girl's body, seemingly junior or senior high. It's mostly decomposed down to the skeleton at this point. There's a duffel bag on its side next to her, with a tracksuit partially hanging out of it. Okay, that's important because there's the whole notebook side mission going on here that you have to do in order to get the true ending. Is that Ayaka was angry about Hina having a crush on Amano, and we assumed it was Mitsurugi Amano, the boy that we found outside. And it's probably due to localization, because it's a lot easier to refer to someone without mentioning their without using gendered pronouns in Japanese than it is in English. And so they chose to use the he pronoun, whereas it probably was more ambiguous in Japanese. It isn't until now that you realize it was Ao that maybe Hina had a crush on. And Ao is the girl who starved to death after being locked in a reference room by Hina because Ayaka was going to kill her. Because Hina loves Ao. Loves Ao Amano and not Mitsurugi Amano. And Ao Amano was the one that possessed Ayumi just now and was causing her to eat from Yosuke. Not Yosuke, Yoshiki. Okay. That's all I wanted to add to that. And nothing on this shelf seems particularly relevant. There are numerous scrapbooks on this shelf, each containing various newspaper and newsletter clippings. One in particular stands out. It's an old school 3-ringed binder filled with articles that are all over 30 years old.
1973年、天神小学校児童連続誘拐殺害事件。天神小学校ってこの学校だよね。
その事件の記事、どっかの教室にもあったな。
Dashing the hopes and prayers of their concerned parents, 3 of the kidnapped children return home tonight in body bags. Local police gave an official statement at around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yuki Kano, 11, Ryo Yoshizawa, 8, and Tokiko Tsuji, 7, previously reported missing, were found dead in a basement room beneath the school. The circumstances behind their murders are still under investigation, and a suspect with ties to the school's teaching staff is in questioning. First responders report a shocking, grisly murder scene and have expressed concerns at even allowing the families of the deceased to see their children. Significant mutilation is said to have occurred, and officials believe the sight of this may exacerbate the already delicate mental states of the bereaved. The sole survivor of this unspeakable crime is 7-year-old Sachiko Shinozaki, who remains in shock from the experience. Her testimony may prove invaluable toward closing this case and putting this horror behind us, however, so police are anxious to question her. Meanwhile, other parents have already begun calling Heavenly Host safety procedures into question in the wake of this tragedy. Members of the PTA have. There's a snippet from another page as well, which includes photographs of the 3 victims as well as the lone survivor.
この子たち、私が見た子だ。
俺たちも見たぜ。ここで殺されて、それでたたってやがんのか。
ひどい事件だったんだね。私、最初見た時からあの子たちが怖くて、悪い霊みたいに思ってたけど、この子たちも被害者なんだ。鈴本さん、同情心は危険よ。霊の中には生前の人格を失っているものもあるの。
今のこいつらは生きている人間にとって味方じゃねえってことか。
犯人はどうなったんでしょう。こっちのページに記事があるよ。
Accused child murderer commits suicide. The 32-year-old former teacher believed to have committed to the now infamous adolescent kidnappings and murders was found dead early yesterday morning. After being deemed mentally unfit to take responsibility for his actions, He was placed in intensive psychiatric care, but escaped 2 nights ago. The psychiatric ward commissioned a manhunt which culminated in the discovery of his hanged body in a room beneath Heavenly Host Elementary School. Near the site of his shocking triple homicide, the cause of death was ruled as strangulation and is strongly believed to be self-inflicted. As this appears to be a show of remorse, previously thought beyond his mental capacity, his psychiatric ward has come under heavy fire since the discovery.
犯人も自殺かよ。救いがねえな。遺族にとっちゃ多少は気が晴れるかもしんねえけど。
女の子が一人助かったのがせめてもだよ。でも変ね。こんな大きな事件なのに、その生き残った子の家族のコメントが一つもないわ。どの記事を見てもあるのは殺された子たちの遺族や同級生の保護者の談話ばっかり。
プライバシー保護とかで書けなかったんじゃねえの？
そうなのかな。マスコミって被害者も加害者も関係なく取材して書き立てるイメージなんだけど。
Dr. Tomokichi Fukurai's research records. Mesmer's magnetism. Correspondences with Anna Sprengel. Seraphita. Malleus Maleficarum. Voynich manuscript.
心霊学者の記録に魔術結社の通信文、神秘小説の古典。小学校の備品とは思えないわ。貸し出し用の番号シールがないからこの学校の本じゃないよ。そうね、多分ここに迷い込んだ人たちの。本の持ち主の蔵書印が押してある。キビキって読むのかな。どれどれ。本当だ。この人も有名よ。さっき名前が出た佐榎木奈穂さんの師匠と呼ばれてる作家の先生。響先生もここに。どうして。
Alright, that's all that's in here.
そういえば私たちがここに来てからどれくらい時間経ったんだろう。携帯の時計信用してもいいのかな。確かに空間が変化するってことは時間が変化してるとも考えられるから。
俺の腹具合から判断すると晩飯済ませて早いやつなら布団に入ってる頃かもしんねえな。
お腹すきました。できれば食べ物も探さなきゃね。その前にどこかでちょっと休憩しよう。そうしてもらえると私も助かるかも。霊障っていうほどじゃないけど妙に体が疲れてるみたい。
And so, the 4 of us headed to the safest spot we could think of, settling in for a bit to help calm our spirits and refresh our bodies. Almost immediately, both Kishinuma and Shinozaki sat down, closed their eyes, and fell fast asleep. Understandable, considering what they'd just experienced.
2人とも眠っちゃったみたいね。きっと疲れてるんですよ。岸沼さん、あゆみさんを助けるためにいろいろ頑張ってましたし。ナナちゃんも疲れたでしょ。はい。けどなんだか眠れなくて。ナリちゃんたちが今頃どうしてるのかって考えると今すぐ走り出したいくらいです。わかるよ。私もしげ兄のことを考えるとすごく焦ってくるっていうか、今すぐ顔見たくなっちゃう。あれ、ナナちゃん その足。
I felt a chill in my stomach as soon as I saw them. They were the same bruise-like markings around Nana's slender thighs that I'd seen before. They'd become much darker in color. They looked pink originally, as if she'd just rubbed her skin up against something. But now they were deep, dark purple, the color of grapes.
大丈夫？痛くない？あざならさっきからありましたけど。そうじゃなくて、なんか濃くなってるから。ほんとだ、変な色になってる。なんだろう。内出血してたから時間が経って変色したのかな。ごめんね、あんまり気にしない方がいいね。でも跡が残ったら嫌だな。ナナちゃん美脚だもんね。そんなことないですよ。スタイル良くて羨ましいな。私もナナちゃんくらい身長があったらしげ兄と釣り合い取れるのに。彼氏さんですか？そういうのじゃないんだけど、大事な人かな。いつも近くにいてくれて、私のダメな部分も受け入れてくれて、私を支えてくれる人。素敵な人なんですね。私にとってはね。同じ演劇部だからってわけじゃないけど、王子様なんだよ。岸沼くんなんかに言わせると悪い魔法使いらしいけどね。岸沼さんってやっぱりあゆみさんのこと。あれ、気になる？ナナちゃんってば。あ、違います。そういうんじゃ全然。ごめん、お約束だからつい。でも実際のとこ、岸沼くんにとっては厳しい状況なのよね。ライバルがいるから。お似合いなのに。似た者同士でもあるのよね。素直になれないところが特に。まゆさんも森重さんの前では素直になれなかったりするんですか？だからそういう人じゃないってばもう。でも自分でもよくわからないな、この気持ち。しげ兄に会ったらどうしたいんだろう、私。岸沼くんみたいに抱きしめてほしいのかな。それとも頑張ったなって頭撫でてもらいたいのかな。やっぱり実際会ってみないとわかんないや。会えますよ、きっと。岸沼さんがあゆみさんに会えたみたいに。ありがとう。持田くんもゆかちゃんや中島さんと会えてるといいな。先生も篠原さんもみんなで帰って文化祭の時取った写メ交換して。私もみんなと会いたいな。ごめんね、私ってば自分の話ばっかり。私ちょっとその辺見てきますね。お手洗いも行きたくなっちゃったし。一人で？危ないよ。ちょっとだけですから。
You foolish girl.
お友達のことを思い出してじっとしていられなくなっちゃったのかな。
鈴本。
起きてたの？岸沼くん。
一緒に行ってやってくんねえか。念のためにさ。
そうだね。岸沼くんは篠崎さん見ててあげて。
すまねえ。なんかあったらでけえ声で呼べよ。篠崎叩き起こして飛んでっからよ。
暗いから篠崎さんのろうそく一本借りるね。
危ねえから小笠原見つけたらすぐ戻ってこいよ。
The bathroom felt empty. There was no indication of Nana's presence whatsoever.
ナナちゃんと入れ違いになっちゃったのかな。ナナちゃん、どうしたの？ナナちゃん。
The sound that echoed through the hall was like that of a butcher slicing up a large chunk of meat, bone and all. And this sound was accompanied by the dimly lit figure of Nana sprawled out on the ground. Or rather, part of Nana. It was really just the top half of her body, severed cleanly at the thigh. Her legs were completely gone. And the worst part is, she was still fully alert and aware. This grisly sight was too much for me to handle. I became weak in the knees and fell backwards, landing on my butt. I couldn't move. Nana was bending and contorting her back and writhing on the ground as if struggling to escape the pain and the fear. I wanted to help her, but I had no idea what I could do. Nothing had ever prepared me for a situation like this. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't even think. The sight of Nana's squirming body, gushing blood every which way, was burning itself into my mind. It was the most frightening thing I'd ever seen. I could sense the presence of another person in the shadows just behind Nana's torso. Who was it? The darkness was all-encompassing past a certain point, giving only the vaguest notion of a human silhouette within an inky black void.
誰？あそこ、更衣室。違う。どこなの？あそこ。
That door should have led into the pool locker room, but the lighting, or lack of it, was completely wrong. There was also an indescribably foul odor wafting out from within, so powerful and revolting that I felt it could never leave my senses again. And whatever being was lurking in the shadows of that horrible room was getting closer to me, step by step. I still couldn't make out a single feature, but frankly I didn't want to. His existence alone was threatening enough. Whoever this was, I could sense his shadow posturing itself over Nana's head, as if preparing to swallow it whole. Like a crocodile. In fact, the shadow was beginning to resemble a crocodile more and more. Was this even a person? The figure was now fully visible, and was indeed a person, I think. He grabbed Nana by the head, then turned and began dragging her into that horrid room. She was clearly nearing death, as it took everything she had to scream in protest. Her voice was getting weaker, and her writhing less pronounced. I couldn't even imagine how painful it must be to have one's severed body slowly dragged across the floor, exposed side down. It would be bad enough just having my head held in that massive, filthy grip. No, grip isn't the right word. It really was more like a bite. These are the panicked, primal screams of a person's last moments on Earth. It's a sound no one should ever have to hear, much less produce. And once you hear it, it's the kind of thing you'll be hearing again for the rest of your life. Nothing can ever wipe it from your memory. It stays with you. I sat there dumbfounded, so disturbed that I could barely breathe, and watched the slow slither of Nana's body as she disappeared into the unknown. It only took a few seconds for her to vanish into blackness, but those were the longest few seconds of my life. And once she was gone, only a wide swath of blood remained, tracing her path down the hall and across that hellish threshold.
ナナちゃん。助けなきゃ。私が。
Gathering all my courage, I ran at full speed toward the black void, but found no room to enter. Beyond the door was nothing more than a solid wall.
嘘でしょ。どこへ行ったの。
It was just as Shinozaki had said. Right before my eyes, a human being was pulled into a space that simply no longer existed, pulled out of reality. And yet, I could still hear her.
怖くなった私は弾かれるようにしてその場を逃げ出した。私なんでこっちに走ってるの。走る向きが逆でしょ。ナナちゃんは後ろにいるのに。助けなきゃ。ナナちゃん助けなきゃ。離れていってる。無理。私には無理。できない。ごめん。ナナちゃん。私、何にもできなかった。岸沼くんたちになんて言えば。さっきまで一緒に話してたナナちゃんがあんなことに。足があざの形に切れてしまって。あざ？ナナちゃん、あのあざのところは切られ。私のお腹のあざは関係ないよね。偶然だよ。やだ、私こんな時まで自分の心配。だけど
I opened my compact mirror and hesitantly brought it down to my abdomen, lifting my shirt and loosening my skirt a bit to get a better look.
そんな。
I didn't have to look very hard. The color of the bruise on my abdomen had darkened significantly. It was far more pronounced now, practically pulsating in purplish red. It looked more like some kind of demented crust that had surfaced from deep inside my body.
嘘。色が濃くなってなんかはっきりしてきてる。それに前よりも広がってきて。何これ。なんで。ただのあざだよね。ほっといたらすぐに消えて。
I just kept telling myself that It would go away on its own. It was nothing, and I was starting to believe it. Feeling somewhat placated, I lifted the mirror up and prepared to shut it and put it away when I caught a quick glimpse of my face. I saw fear. I saw sadness. I saw defeat. But I also saw something else. No. First, I doubted my eyes. But I wasn't seeing things, nor was it a smudge on the mirror. It was another discolored bruise, just like the one on my abdomen. It was nowhere near as dark, but it was definitely there, and given enough time, it would probably get a lot darker.
こんなのいつの間に違う何か汚れがくっついているだけだよこんなのちょっとこすればすぐに
I tried spit shining it away with my finger, but all that did was make it wet. And each time I pressed down on it, the surrounding skin would turn white, creating greater contrast and making it stand out more. It wasn't going away. It wasn't going away. And if it just kept darkening, I might wind up like Nana.
やだ
At the seams.
鈴本、どうかしたのか？なんか声聞こえたから気になってよ。小笠原はまだ見つかんねえのか？
心配ね今からみんなで探し鈴本さんダメ来ちゃダメ
I took a step away from them, despite myself.
どうしたんだよ？
お願い来ないでなんでもないから何かあったのその鏡に何かなんでもない何も映ってない平気だから私
No, I couldn't let them see me like that. I didn't want them to see that hideous bruise.
おい、鈴本！
鈴本さんどうしようどうしようまた逃げてる私でもどこへあざを消さなきゃこれを消さないとでないと私ナナちゃんみたいに早く消さないと
I had some concealer in my makeup bag. Maybe I could hide it.
これなら見えないよねあんなあざちょっと寝て目を覚ましたら治ってる絶対に
Yeah. I was getting all worked up over nothing. It was just a little mark on my face after all. Probably just a result of all the stress I'd been feeling here. Once things calmed down, it would go away for sure. Welcome back. That isn't ominous. I don't know what is.
あれ私ドア閉めたっけ
It wouldn't open. And it wasn't like it was locked. Rather, it felt almost as if someone were holding it closed with superhuman strength. Suddenly, I realized why. The door was wrapped multiple times over with thin black threads. How had I not noticed these a moment ago?
何髪の毛人間
I looked at it a bit more closely and concluded, without question, that that's exactly what it was. I felt an unpleasant heat radiating all along my back muscles, across my entire spine. I was being watched. There was some sort of moist, lukewarm presence in the room with me. Slowly but surely, I could sense it moving.
誰かいるの私の後ろに
I was too scared to turn around.
保健室が
It was a little girl wearing a red dress. Probably a first or second grader. Her skin was as pale as pottery, contrasting with her lacquer-like hair, and she looked somehow familiar.
この子新聞に載ってた殺人事件の生存者篠崎幸子嘘でしょだってあれ30年以上も前の保健室がまだ殺風景なのそうだ人体解剖標本人体解剖標本が欲しいお姉ちゃんまた遊べるねやめ
Something was dripping onto the back of my hand.
涙
That's what I thought at first, anyway. If I'd started to cry, I wasn't aware. But considering what I was going through, it wouldn't have been surprising in any way. I wondered just how much I'd cried since getting sealed up in this godforsaken place. Probably more than I'd ever cried before in my entire life. These weren't tears, were they? Was it blood, then? Did these children do something to me? Sure enough, I reached up and touched my face, and my finger came in contact with something sticky. Something sticky and red.
いや何したの何も
Sachiko's answer was cold and disinterested, came accompanied with a crooked, wry smile. She was just a child, yet one glance from her made every hair on my body stand on end.
鏡で見てみたらどう少しだけ待っててあげる
Sachiko's face somehow made me feel as if there might be two sides to her. One gentle and one... But regardless of which I was dealing with here, I wasn't about to go against her recommendation. I was legitimately curious myself. So I took out my compact, opened it, and...
何こんな嘘だよ
The bruise I'd concealed with makeup had sprung back to the surface once again, though it could hardly be called a bruise anymore. My skin had literally split open from inside, and blood was beginning to seep out through the pinkish fissure, bead by bead.
こんなの違わないお前だよ抗わなければ一瞬でいけたのにねだけど残念お前はそのお腹の亀裂の通りに散って死ぬのはもう決まっているんだよ
The bruise along my stomach and abdomen had followed suit, splitting open and dripping dark red blood everywhere. At this point, I'd completely lost any ability to think or reason. I was a goner, and I knew it.
壁にぶつかって一瞬で死ぬよりももっと辛い。ゆっくりとした散り方で死になさい。人体解剖標本の作成。やめて！来ないで！やめて
！Yeah, I was a goner. I couldn't fight it. Somewhere deep in the pit of my soul, I knew there was no way out. This unimaginably cruel fate was predestined. I couldn't escape. Oh, sure, I tried to run. I squirmed and resisted with every last bit of my strength I had. But fate had beat me by the ankle, and it wasn't about to let go. If only I could force myself to lose consciousness, maybe I could avoid the unbearable agony that I knew was coming. Sadly, I wasn't that strong-willed. I could feel the hands of children all over my body, coming from virtually every direction. And they were really digging.
しげに来ない来ないしげになんて来やしないんだよ。
I was seized with a pain unlike anything I'd ever even imagined possible before. I couldn't talk, couldn't move, couldn't even think. I felt like my head was going to explode under the pressure of the millions of nerves all telling my brain just how much every part of my body hurt. And it didn't stop. Every moment it grew worse and worse. Then I began to drift away.
Hi その辺の廊下にでも飾っておこうか、この標本。学校がどんどん賑やかになっていくな。
Sachiko's voice sounded like it was far in the distance. It was then that I realized the agony I'd been feeling had changed. It was no longer pain, but chill. I didn't hurt anymore. I was just cold. So cold that I couldn't even feel my body.
寒い。ものすごく寒いよ。しげに。もう、指一本動かない。私が死んで、惨めな死体になっても、嫌いにならないでくれる？しげに。私ね、しげにのこと。
My final wish is that she could be the one to find my body. As long as it's not too revolting to look at, anyway. I want him to think I'm pretty. I miss him. Alright, and that was Chapter 2, Demise. So we were able to avoid become that mush on the wall, but at least it was a quick death. Not a pretty one, but a quick death. Now she's avoiding that results in her dying in a very agonizing death. Alright, well do stay tuned for the wrong endings as well as some of the extras we've unlocked with Chapter 2 and more videos.